Mr. Speaker. I rise in support of this rule and in support of the underlying legislation. But before I talk about the rule, I want to talk about our staff director, Kelly Dixon. I want to take a moment to recognize the staff director of the House Rules Committee, Kelly Dixon Chambers. I first met Kelly as a freshman member of Congress. She's been a mentor of mine, and most importantly, she's been a friend. And this is before I even joined the Rules Committee. Kelly has been a vital member of the House of Representatives for over 25 years. From Congressman Ken Calvert's office to the House Judiciary Committee to the New York delegation to former Speaker Kevin McCarthy when he was whip and leader in those offices to today, where she is the staff director of the Rules Committee majority staff under Chairman Cole and Dr. Burgess. Kelly has always been a leader in the House during some of the most consequential decisions over the past 2 decades. Mr. Speaker, the House owes Kelly a debt of gratitude, and I look forward to working with her in the years to come. All right, now back to the rule. Mr. Speaker, House Resolution 1269 provides for consideration of H.R. 8580, the Military Construction, Veterans Affairs, and Related Agency Appropriation Act of 2025. This is under a structured rule with 1 hour of debate equally divided and controlled by the chair and ranking minority member of the Committee on Appropriations or their respective designees, and it provides for 1 motion to recommit. The rule makes 47 amendments in order. Additionally, the rule provides for consideration of H.R. 8282, the Illegitimate Court Counteraction Act, under a closed rule with 1 hour of debate equally divided and controlled by the chair and ranking minority member of the Committee on Foreign Affairs or their respective designees, and provides for 1 motion to recommit. Mr. Speaker, on October 7, 2023, Hamas launched the largest mass killing of Jews that we have seen since the Holocaust. This horrific assault attacked Israel by land, sea, and air, killing over 1,200 innocent civilians, including dozens of Americans. For perspective, this would be the equivalent of over 40,000 American dead and nearly 9,000 Americans being taken hostage. In the aftermath of that atrocious attack, we have learned that families were burned alive, infants were decapitated, women were sexually assaulted, and other unthinkable acts of violence were committed. To date, Hamas continues to hold as many as 130 hostages. Since those attacks, we have seen a clear divide in the United States and around the globe between those who stand with our ally Israel and those who stand with Hamas. One of the organizations that stands with Hamas is the International Kangaroo Court, also known as the ICC. This court is anti-American, it's anti-Israel, and it's anti-Semitic. The United States and Israel are not members of the ICC, and the court has absolutely no standing and no jurisdiction over our nation or the nation of Israel. Previously, the court has targeted American warfighters for defending our nation in Afghanistan after the September 11th attacks. They are now targeting our ally and partner Israel and drawing a false equivalence, distorted moral equivalency between the leaders of Hamas and the democratically elected government of Israel. That is why House Republicans will pass the Illegitimate Court Counteraction Act introduced by my good friend Chip Roy of Texas. This legislation would reimpose the Trump administration's sanctions against the ICC officials that investigate, arrest, detain, and prosecute U.S. citizens or allies like Israel. The choice is clear. Do you stand with our ally Israel, or do you stand with Hamas? Do you stand with this illegitimate court? Additionally, as a Navy veteran and a member of the House Appropriations Committee, I'm proud to introduce FY25 MILCON VA bill, which was introduced by Chairman Judge Carter. Under Chairman Cole and Carter's leadership, H.R. 8580 will fully fund veterans' health care programs and benefits. It provides for an extra $75 million above the president's budget and $30 billion above last year's enacted level for veterans. Further, this legislation also provides for robust funding for the Indo-Pacific region, invests billions in quality of life projects for our service members and their families, and blocks the Biden administration from placing al-Qaeda terrorists in our local communities. This bill provides for an additional $412 million over the president's budget for military construction, so we can invest more in our national security. As we approach the 80th anniversary of D-Day, this week's vote will be an important step in supporting our nation's veterans. I urge my colleagues to support this rule, and I reserve the balance of my time.